Me, Mikeself and I. It's me, Mikeself and I. Me, Mikeself and I. It's me, Mikeself and I.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, it's time for your weekly Fix of Funny. Broadcasting on radio in Fort Bragg, 107.7 FM, KNYO. Grab a mimosa, take your pants off, and treat yourself to the sexy bald man who makes you tingle in your special place. I was talking about your heart. He's wrong, but he's so right. He's brilliant, he's insightful, but also at times he's got the intelligence of a cup of dirt. Here we go, it's the Me, Mikeself and I show, starring Mike Betancourt!
Hello. Sorry, I almost broke it. Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Me, Mikeself, and I am Mike Betancourt. Tongue-tied Thursday. It's almost Friday. Don't hate me. It's online. We have COVID. I'm Mike Betancourt. Episode 118. You are here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a very exciting show. I have a very, very exciting guest, ladies and gentlemen. She's waiting in the green room. She's chilling right now, but I've worked with her years ago, and I can't wait to have her right now. She was on Mad TV, Reno 911. She's been in multiple movies, ladies and gentlemen. She is the very funny Jill Michele Melean, and she'll be here momentarily. But before we bring her up, how is everyone doing? By the way, look at that. Get off my plane. Do you know what that is? Get off my plane. Do you know what that's from? Does anybody know where that's from? You don't? That's Harrison Ford. And you know which one. You know what I'm talking about. Air Force One. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me share you a clip of Air Force One. And then we'll move on with our show.
Get off my plane.
Right? Wouldn't it be great to have a president just like Harrison Ford? Get off my plane. That's my Harrison Ford, but you need to get the hell out of here. Those China and the communists, everybody needs to get off my plane. And what do we have? We have Mr. Donald Trump in that wonderful interview that everyone has seen already. I'm sure you've seen it already. No? Can you hear me? Thumbs up? Anybody? Aloha? Mickey? Okay, cool. It's live. What do you expect me to do? Okay? At least I'm not stupid like Donald Trump in the interview. Did you guys see the interview? He's like, read the books, read the manuals about the COVID. What manuals, Mr. Trump? I don't know the COVID, this started before I started and I got started. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Get off my plane. But I found something online. So look online for that interview. It's, oh my God. First of all, Trump supporters, I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it. I don't know how you are still supporting this guy. I mean, this interview looks bad. Okay. This interview looks really bad. And Trump supporters like, well, there's enough racism inside me. I still support him. That's what I'll do. But check out this interview that I found online. That is awesome. And it is hilarious. It's Donald Trump interviewing himself. Are you ready? Oh my God. Is this a Donald Trump ad? Jesus.
If you manage a team, you have to try Monday.com.
Damn,
Monday.com
YouTube.
is a platform to
What do you
track-
expect?
Take a look at some of these charts. In numerous categories, we're lower than the world. Let me explain. Right here, take a look. You can test too much. You do know that. What it says is when you have somebody that has it, where there's a case, it will last. No, but you're not reporting it. Cases, our testing, I believe, this is the testing, yeah. Check it out. New cases, new cases, new cases. The top one, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. We test more. We have, now take a look.
Oh
10 is
God,
way
the
down
internet,
from
you
where
win
it is. Look
again.
at this. These
You
are
will
the 10
always
that
win.
Leveled out, but you have to look at this. This is, excuse me. Where it was.
He's interrupting
Where it
himself.
is right now. But you don't know that. That's my report as of yesterday. Wait a minute. You have to go by where is the United States? You have to go by the cases. What's called science. We have more cases. Don't we get credit for that?
What do you, internet, you win again. You will always win. That's hilarious. Excuse me. It reminds me of Time Cop. Never interrupt me when I'm talking to myself. Don't ever do that. Okay, before we bring up Jill, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Nick's Fury with Nick Nolte.
You're listening to Nick's Fury with Nick Nolte here on Me, Mikeself, and I. This show is about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And if you don't like it, I don't give a damn. I'm Nick Nolte. Go yourself, America. Episode 4. Wear your goddamn mask. It's pretty simple, people. Wear your goddamn mask. We are in a pandemic. This isn't about your rights or the Constitution. This is a health, safety issue. 1,000 people a day are dying, and our president thinks it is what it is a great solution. Well, guess what? It isn't. So wear your goddamn mask. Wear it fully. Don't have your nose hanging out or having your mask dangling on your chin. And don't be a pussy and wear your mask while you're driving. You don't need to protect yourself from yourself. Just wear your mask in public 6 feet apart. It's pretty goddamn simple. Did you know that Canada and New Zealand cases are now at 0? Do you want to know why? Come here, get closer. I'll tell you why. Because people are wearing their goddamn masks. That's why. It's pretty simple. There's a coronavirus. You're wearing your mask. You know what? Forget it. Forget it. I'm done. I'm not going to be angry anymore. If you're going to be stupid enough not to wear your mask and die, then go right ahead. I don't care. That's one less person in traffic. I'm Nick Nolte. Go yourself, America.
If you're not going to listen to Nick Nolte, who are you going to listen to? Harrison Ford. That's who you're going to listen to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up Jill Michele Melean. But before we do that, we're going to show a quick clip of her wonderful stand-up act. She has an act, or her set is on Comedy Dynamics called White Latina. And this is hilarious. It's a hilarious quick clip. And by the way, she does, hands down, the best Drew Barrymore impression. Come fight me. That's all I got to say. I'll show you. Whoops, that's not it. Here we go. Technology is just screwing up today. Hang in there, folks. I know you're waiting. Here we go.
I teach my white friends the accent. Do you do that? I do it, yeah. Like I say, walk into a bar later on and just be like, I am so thirsty. Watch all the guys, get her a drink. She's exotic. Oh my God. And if you still don't believe me, go home and dial 611 on your cell phones or call your local cable company. And at first the white girl comes on and she sounds like a cheerleader. She's like, for English, press 1. Or just remain on the line. And then comes the Latin girl. Para español. Marque 2. See? Even white dudes are like, I don't speak Spanish, but I am pushing 2. We gotta get out of here, Trey. Your homies are getting smoked on every corner. Oh, some fool keeps rolling up on this piece. We gotta bounce, Trey. Whoa. And that's kicking in your ass.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, from Mad TV, Reno 911, here she is, Jill Michele Melean.
Oh my gosh, the curtains part. Hello.
Yeah, look,
Hello.
shirt matches the curtain right behind you. Look at that.
Sure.
Perfect.
So Got
Perfect.
my tie-dye on. My girl made me a tie-dye shirt. Okay.
Got a tie-dye. How you
My
doing?
tie-dye.
Tie-dyes.
tie-dye. It's so weird to watch clips from the special because it's like, you know how it is. It's like I did it a couple of years ago, and you're like, oh, I should have done that different and this different
Right.
and that, and you're just like, and I chose to do a small venue at the Improv because I just was in that mode of like, I want to be real. I want to just like, just keep it like real for the people at home too. And now I look at it and go, nah, I should have done a stadium. Crane shot, flew in like Katy Perry, should have done that.
Fireworks. You can't forget fireworks and glitter.
Fireworks.
I know you're looking back. When did you shoot that special?
Oh my gosh, that special, I think we shot like 2.5 years ago. So, it was really fun though. I'm glad I did it.
The crowd was hot.
The crowd was
on
great.
fire.
And it was cool because they packed so many people in, and it still had that intimate feel to it because there was like, the Improv, like in Hollywood, you pack in about 100 people and it's tight in there. So, because we were in the lab area, so we recreated the lab whole experience because I was watching Sarah Silverman's special, the one she did at Largo, and I was like, oh, I really like how intimate that was. And she had like 35 people in her audience. So what I liked about it was, the jokes are the jokes. Whereas when you're in a stadium, you have a tendency sometimes the person just breathes and it's like, oh my God, it's so good, So I really wanted to keep it really raw and real. And it did come across that way. But now in quarantine, I'm like, it should have been bigger. It should have had fireworks. And it should have
How many people were in the crowd in that taping? Because it sounded like they packed them in.
They did. They packed them in like starting. They got like the what is it called? The general, what is it called? The fire marshal came through.
General
and
occupancy.
Yeah, they were like, the second show can't be this packed. They're like, we're going to shut it down. So second show, they turned away about 30 people. So, but I had
if you had a stadium, you would have those 30 people. And now
exactly.
Yeah. See,
but everybody can watch it on Amazon Prime and on iTunes and on demand, and it's all these tons of streaming platforms, which is great. So
that's awesome! Congratulations on that. That's
you.
so cool.
Yeah,
I love. Still to this day, love your Drew Barrymore impression.
What are you talking about? No, seriously, Mike. No, really. Did you get my new lipstick out? That's out.
Did you use that to audition for Mad TV? Is that what you got? Is that how you got on Mad TV?
Yeah, and it was
nice,
cool because we the cool thing was that I got an on-air audition. Like after auditioning multiple times, like people sometimes think, oh, you just do it once and they hire you or whatever, and it's like, oh my God, no, it was going back so many times for 6 months, going back and doing characters and kind of doing a one-person show every time you came in and met a different producer. And, and then there was lots of people, all the writers were there. So, and they have to see when the timing's right. Do they have a space for you, but they're going to keep you on the radar. And the timing was right. And they were like, okay, we like her enough that we're going to give her an on-air test. So on-air test, I did Britney Spears and Drew Barrymore. And what does that mean? That means like when it's an actual episode, I got to be in an actual on-air episode instead of having to test for the network, like in closed quarters. I got to test for the network in front of audience and on television. And the response was so huge that they were like, okay, you became a main cast member next season. So that was like a dream come true. And then it all went to crap. I
wasn't going to go there. I was going to talk about
it went down the shithole.
Then it went down. Blame COVID. That's all you got to do. Just blame COVID. No one else but blame COVID. So that was an audition. That was your on-air audition. How nerve-wracking was that before you went up? I'm a person of lights, camera, action. I just turn it on. Like I love it. A friend of mine was
my girlfriend was filming me jump rope and I couldn't jump rope. And then she puts the camera on me and all of a sudden I'm jump roping like perfect.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I have a tendency when it's lights, camera, action, something magical happens. And since a kid, that's all I've wanted to ever do is just perform, like, oh, let's go, everybody, jazz hands. But yeah, so I wasn't nervous when it came to that. When there's a live audience and all that, as comics, we feed off of that energy.
I know during, but I'm just asking like beforehand or the day before.
Yeah.
So like before, you're just a wreck.
I was getting to that. Yes, I didn't know how much I enjoyed the on-camera experience. Then yeah, the beforehand, it was nerve-wracking just because, you think you got it and then they're like, no. And then you think you got it and then they're like, no. And then you just keep coming back. And then you finally get to a point you're like, I don't know what's happening. You're just like, okay, here I go again. And it was really cool though. The last time I went in person and met with all the writers and the producers, Martin Short was in the room right before me. I know. Wow. And he walks out and I'm just like, I'm a kid. So I'm like, it's just like in awe.
A comedy god just literally walked by you.
He literally walked by. And the stupid thing that comes out of my mouth is like, did he just open for me? That's what I said, like an idiot. Like, and because I'm thinking I have to follow that, but I don't say that. I just say that. And I'm like, and they're like, huh? And I'm just like, no, that's not what I meant. I can't talk right now. Like I was, I don't get starstruck, but that man is. Of
course, it's Martin Short. How could you not?
Short. Like it's.
So he was supposed to be a cast member on Mad TV?
No, he was just in there goofing with them, and having fun. He knows them, and I'm like this, dorky kid from Miami that is just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And the stupid things come out of your mouth when you're so, when you're just in awe,
right.
But I got it. So that was really cool. So, and that's when they said we want her to do an on-camera test, and then it was awesome after that, and then from there, went off to Reno, which was amazing.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Real quick, Matthew Robinson says Jill's Britney Spears kills too. So he's a fan of yours. Watched your stuff. That's
Thank
awesome.
you, Matt. Thanks so much. Britney. Just fun fact, Britney was the first sketch that I ever did on the show. And I had to do the song, I'm Not a Girl, I'm Not Yet a Woman. Uh-huh. And I had to strip down to barely nothing, to like a little bare G-string and a little tiny tube top. So that was my first sketch I did. And I thought it was a closed set because there was just like the crew and the director, and producers and stuff. And they kept it really, so I would be comfortable. Right. Well, meanwhile, the feed is going through the whole studio. So it went to like the people that were doing More Sports with Jay Moore. They were all watching it. And they're going, oh my gosh, this is great. I had no idea until like 5 years later, a friend of mine that wrote on More Sports said, oh my God, we loved it when you did the Britney, that was your first sketch, right? And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, when you were filming. And I'm like, you guys were watching that? And they're like, yeah, we totally watched it. I was like, oh, God.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The stuff we do for laughs.
Oh, the stuff we do.
So the cast you were on, it was with you, Mo Collins, right? Deborah Wilson,
yes.
Will Sasso as well.
Sasso, yeah.
Who else?
And Alex just left. Alex Borstein just left, which oh my God, she's like one of my favorites.
She's a phenom.
She's amazing.
So good.
And don't do it. Okay. I loved it. Michael McDonald was there. He's so tremendous. Funny. Who else? Bobby Lee, Ari Spears, second season. Ike Barinholtz came on. Josh Myers came on. Yeah. So it was boot camp. I'll tell you that much. Just like SNL, they talk about, it's a hardcore. I didn't know what I was getting into. Now I would be like, let's go, gloves on, but I was just kind of like, hi.
So what was hardcore about it? I'm sorry, there's an echo. Is that me or you? Hello?
I don't hear an echo, and I'm
Okay.
fine.
Just me then.
Yeah.
On my side. So stupid on my side. So what was hardcore about it?
Hardcore was like, it was like high school times 100, meaning that so many sketches are submitted. So let's say there's 60 sketches, 50 or 60 sketches submitted.
Per
I think
day?
SNL has 100 per week.
Oh,
And
wow.
only like 5 get picked. So it's like just clawing to get your sketches in. Meanwhile, I thought that you were just, everyone laughed at everybody's stuff at the table reads. And then about 4 episodes deep, they said, yeah, you can't laugh at other people's stuff or else your stuff's not going to get in. I was like, oh, like, so it was that kind of hardcore, like high school where it was very competitive.
So it's like doing stand-up with a bunch of comics in the back.
Yeah.
It was like, that's good.
Yeah. They're like,
That's funny.
that was
That's
funny.
good. Like, damn, that was really funny. Her Drew Barrymore impression was really good. Don't laugh.
It's so funny too, because you know how comics are. They're in the back and they're like, oh, I should have thought of that. Dang it.
Yeah.
You know, you're just, they're always like,
I've done that. I was like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
That's so
Like,
good.
and then you're like, I could make it better. No, I can't.
No,
do
you
that.
can't.
Yeah, you know, because it's, I mean, when I was a baby comic and I first moved out to Los Angeles, I would see like some big wigs in the back like this, like leaning, you know, watching young stand-ups, and you'd see them bully them when they get off stage. They'd be like, yo, that was my joke. And they would go, I'm so sorry, you know, because they're like this iconic, you know, comic. And because they knew how to take the seed of the joke and make it tremendous. They knew how to made it a great joke, where these young comics, it's not really a joke yet. It's just a seed. So they would come up and they'd be like, hey, that's my joke. And they'd be like, I'm so sorry. And then before you know it, they're up with this amazing 5-minute bit out of their seeds. So it's, you know, it's competitive.
By the way, I said the word the. Just want to let you know. The in my act.
I'm going to take it and run.
I'm going to take it and run with the and or.
And an or.
Yeah.
And it.
It. So with Mad TV being such a very tough environment, how did you develop a great friendship with the people that I mentioned?
I think what happens is you take people from each show. That's what I always say. You take, like, even though I'm still like friendly with all of them, each show I've always took one person and we became really, really close. Like that show, Deborah Wilson and I were still tight as can be. Like she's my sister. And then like from Reno 911, I took Carlos Alazraqui, you know, and to this day we produce and write together. From, you know, Big Time Rush on Nickelodeon, I took Holly Wartell. And Holly Wartell's like a Second City, you know, icon. And till this day, we're still really close and we see each other all the time. I call her my LA sis, you know, so it's like, it's really cool. Like, and then I've been able to develop like different films and produce things with the people that I've worked with. And it's, you know, I understand now, like when people go, oh, that friend got hired over, you know, such and such. You're like, yeah.
Exactly. I develop a long relationship and I work hard.
Exactly. Like, you know, they're not going to be a dick on set, you know?
Right.
It's like,
that's the main thing. You're not going to cost them millions of dollars.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, my best friend that I've known for 25 years? Yeah. She's got the part.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Okay.
So how'd you get Reno 911?
Well, that was an audition too.
Okay.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, most of the stuff I get now is because someone knows me. And I was fortunate during that time where there wasn't social media. And so it really was about the auditions. It really was about, you know, showing up and being in front of a camera was a craft. Now everyone's like, oh my God, hi, you know.
Perfect audition and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So this was an audition and I went and I got to improvise with the main cast, like with the 3 main executive producers, with Carrie, Ben, and Tom. And I remember leaving and going, oh my God, that was like the best improv audition, because you know, improv can be awful to watch if people don't listen or they have egos or whatever. but these guys are such pros, you know, and they're all from the state, and they've worked together on that HBO show. And then they came and they've been together for a long time, and they know that whoever's coming into an audition, it's to serve that person, not to take away. So you weren't auditioning with a bunch of other actors that want the part. You're auditioning with the executive producers and improvising with them. And it was like butter. Let me just tell you, I walked out of there slipping and sliding. It was gorgeous. And a good improv, you know, it's almost like,
because you feel it. You feel it too. You feel that warm energy between everybody. And it's just like magic. Yeah.
And it's like, you get to see after it's done, you feel the beginning, middle, and end. It's, you know, it's beautiful that you were just so in that moment and created this incredible scene. I don't know. I get dorked out.
Dork it out. That's what the show. Have you not seen the first few minutes of my show? It's all dorked out.
When I was watching it, I was like, I miss him. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, we met at the Sacramento Punchline when you were featuring for Carlos Alazraqui.
Yeah. And then, that's Carlos I took from Reno. And then Carlos and I, we toured together for, oh my gosh, 3.5 years, I want to say.
Wow.
And then we started producing together, started writing together. And then we just finished this huge feature called Witness Infection. And it was, you know, Carlos came to me one day and he's like, I want, how about like we do like a mobster and zombie movie mashup? And I was like, all right, let's do it. And so we wrote it, and it was so much fun because we both love horror. We always compare notes with horror films, and we love going to horror conventions and things like that.
Nice.
And I was like, I really would love this audience as our audience, you know. I love these people. They're just hardcore fans, you know, and
very passionate about the blood.
Yeah. If they like you, they like you. If they don't like you, they'll let you know. You know, it's kind of like, you know, growing up Latin, you know, they'll let you know. They're like, I know my ghost. No.
Yeah, right.
There's no faking it. They're like, no.
That's awesome. So tell us more about Witness Infection then.
Witness Infection. Right now we're talking with different distribution companies, but it is this family, two families that are in the witness protection program are relocated out to Temecula, California, to like a suburban family from the East Coast. And they have a rival family in over still in the East Coast. So they bring over from the East Coast to the West Coast Tablioni's food truck, and because it's their favorite sausage, and they want to wipe out these families. So the sausage is infected, and with time they start to morph. And Jim Ojala, this amazing special effects guy, he created this look where we call it zombies, but it's more of an infection where you can actually see boils coming out of people's faces.
Nice.
And we got all our friends. We got Erin Hayes from Medical Police that's on Netflix right now, that Carlos worked with her a couple of times. Rob Belushi, who Carlos had worked with that I knew from Second City. So I play opposite of Rob. Our friend Vince Donvito, he's been in a million things. Tara Strong, she's like a huge voiceover actress that everybody loves. That now you guys can see her on camera. Monique Coleman from High School Musical.
Oh my God, you got an all-star lineup.
Oh, it was tremendous. Oh, and our friend Brett Ernst, you know, came in, another comedian also in Cobra Kai. And it was a ball. That set was, and everybody, it was so cool because we have friends that are casting directors, and they're like, let us know if you need help. We didn't. We cast the whole film on our phones. We just called our friends and we said, who's your agent? Who do we need to talk to? And they're like, okay. And we're like, great. And they're like, would you like to do this? And they're like, oh my God, yeah. So we call the agent and then get everything set up and work out the deals. And it was just so much fun.
Hold on. You casted your friends?
Yeah.
Hardworking friends that you've known for many, many years? No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There was no casting session.
No casting.
I didn't get to do the casting couch, which I'm really disappointed about. But, you know, the whole Me Too movement. So I'm
God
kind
damn
of
it.
better.
Somebody, please. So your movie, I didn't get a chance to see it, but I remember you were producer in the makings of it. This Is Meg.
Yes.
Is that your first movie that you produced?
I did. First one that I wrote and produced, and it's on a smaller scale, but it's on Amazon Prime. And the film to me is really special because it's loosely based on my life as a female comedian. So even though you don't see me doing stand-up, you get to see the interactions of the people that live in Los Angeles, of who we, mingle with, because we have, LA has very interesting people.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So that's what I wanted to focus on, is to see, like, what does it take as a female comedian? Who are the people that are involved in their life? Who do they interact with constantly off of the stage?
Right.
So it was really fun to do that. And I let the scenes, when we were in editing, I wanted it to feel strange, just like with my stand-up special, I wanted it to feel very intimate. So I wanted to give that very indie feel to it. So scenes will run longer, that you're like, and it's it's still going. And it's fun though, because Deborah Wilson is in it.
Oh, wow.
And I have and then Carlos makes an appearance. He plays this guru, the spiritual guru, because we have this whole thing, like, he's so not spiritual and I am, so I wrote him a spiritual character.
Oh, that's hilarious. Everything that's against him,
Totally
he decides to do. That's hilarious.
Maybe he'll become more spiritual now that, no, he just makes more fun of it.
Well, I have a trailer if you don't mind, if we can play it
yeah,
real quick.
yeah. That's
Okay. Real quick, Matt Robinson, brutal, honest, and funny. Great script. Nice. So he loved This Is Meg.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Mike Line Audio said some. Oh, I just lost him. Oh, there he is. He says, hello, Jilly and Mike. Yeah.
Oh, Mike. Hey.
So let me find this for you, and we'll watch it together.
Okay.
On Me, Myself, and I. This is Meg.
I wasn't an actor. What would I be?
Prostitute.
No, they get too many diseases.
You know what? You're not on social media.
I'm not gonna make those 3-minute stupid videos.
Yeah, well, those stupid videos are getting people deals. Network deals, movie deals, TV deals.
I used to do that stuff when I was little. I would take my dad's huge Betamax.
Betamax. So sad. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
It's been rough, but this is a good opportunity. It's with Suzanne Walker, a crazy casting director. I will come outside your restaurant.
No. Les? Well, I don't remember. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm a victim.
I think I'll book it.
I can't give up on this dream of mine. I can't. I love this crazy business, but it's not even about being famous. It's just I want to work.
You know, let's face it, 30 is the new 50 in this town. What? You're like the Walking Dead.
I cannot look at you because it's going to distort my aura. Oh my God.
Everybody needs ayahuasca.
There she is.
Once in their life,
Yeah.
at least.
I don't want kids. I have problems going to the bathroom. I can't imagine pushing out a human being. I just totally different home.
Oh, this looks great. It's
Really fun.
Can people purchase it on your website?
No, they can go to Amazon Prime and watch it for free if they're a Prime member.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. How long did it take you to make that? Because that looks really good.
We shot that, I believe, in 14 days. I think that was 14 days. We hustled. So I think there was I think it was, God, it's been so long. But I think it was 14 days, but that's just watching the trailer brought me back. Jenica Berger, the one that says Totally Different Whole.
Uh-huh.
We're actually starting to work on a project together right now. So it shows you how friendships in this town, they go a long way,
Yeah.
Even though you may not see each other, let's say for like 6 months, someone's on a project, whatever, we just all pick up where we left off. When they're good people, you find the good people and you stick with them. You just like, I always think about you. And I'm like, I'm always thinking about you, so and just like talking to you right now, like I haven't seen you in how long?
It's been years.
Yeah.
It's funny that you brought that up because the last time we worked together, it was in Visalia.
Oh my God.
And I'll just say this is going to put Jill on the map. She's such a badass. After the show, first of all, Jill crushed it. I featured for you. You crushed it. It was a small little venue. And then we went to this karaoke bar. We were just chilling on the just kicking back like comics, not being the center of attention. And we're just commenting to everybody. And this girl that was singing, she was drunk and wasted. And she went over to you and she's like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, you want me to take care of this? And you said, without missing a beat, relax, Mike, I'm a black belt. And we're like, okay, enough said. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Whenever you want to leave.
Okay, you totally just took me right back there again. I was like, I felt it, I smelled it.
Yeah, we're being comics, just chilling, just to relax and shut the fuck up.
Some people take their karaoke very seriously.
They do.
Yeah.
They do, but you're like, relax, Mike. I'm a black belt. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's like, I'm cool.
I got your back.
I got it. Yeah.
We got some latches to 2020 for Miami fans. It's late over here. Will you be able to share a link of recording? We love you, Jill. Yes, I will send everyone a link. I'll send it to Jill after the show, and once I edit it and send it back. And yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for being on the show, Miami.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Yo, Miami in the house.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's my family in the house, Miami people.
I'm a black belt. Just relax. I'm black belt. Vote for you for president to get off my plane.
I've never had to use it. That's the cool thing. I think when people know how to fight or know how to defend themselves, I put it that way, defend themselves, because I believe like I'm not going to sit there and fight with you. I'm just going to probably knock you out and go home.
Right.
Like it's just like I'm not.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, exactly.
Go,
But I feel like people can feel that from you,
right?
Like, and they're just like, yeah, not that one, So I've never had to use any of that, because I think people are just like, they'd rather have someone that's more like, please, no, don't hurt me, please,
But even the way you said it was just so very down to zero calm. I'm a black belt. And that was it. Because the vocabulary that came, I'm a black belt. Just so cold and
oh my God. And for all the people like listening, you guys know those smells of those dive bars. That's what it smelled like. It smelled like beer on the floor and just stuck to the walls and
meth, little fire meth. Yeah. Visalia. So
Visalia. There you go. Oh my God. To be back in pre-COVID again.
I know. I would love to be in that dingy, methy bar for one day.
And I would sing karaoke with that crazy girl.
She was nuts too.
Oh my
so
God.
Funny. So what made you decide to become a producer? From stand-up to the dorky girl that you were talking about to stand-up to a cast member. What made you decide to do that jump?
I think it was I think that's the thing is like as a comic, it's a natural thing where you know what the audience wants.
Right.
And I've done it long enough that the road was really starting to get to me, meaning like, I felt like, I would leave and be on the road for so long and come back and all of Los Angeles would forget who you are. They're very out of sight, out of mind. And those TV shows were really important, and film is really important to continue to have a career in stand-up as well.
Right.
So, if you don't have up-to-date credits, a lot of these bookers don't even want to deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, how do I get back and stay as busy as I was, like leaving all the time? Like I loved, being on the road where, you come home for a night and you sleep and then you're up at 4 a.m. catching the next flight. And then you got to go there. And then, you get in and you sleep for like 2 hours because then you have to go and do radio and you have to do. So
and you feel so strong as a comic too, just being on the road, that razor edge, sharp, funny.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. You're just on, you're just like, and just meeting strangers and strangers like saying thank you and oh my gosh, and I would have like women write me and say, my I've been married for 20 years and my husband opened the car door for me tonight, thank you so much. And I was like,
Oh.
that's right. You know, and like you're making a difference, you know, and it's so much fun. But at the same time, I'd come back and I couldn't like, it was like starting over again every time I would come back for film and TV. So I was like, okay, I'm getting a little burnt out on the road. You know, I've done so much, and what's the next step? Because I'm always like, what's the next thing? I'm not a person that is okay with just, you know, staying level.
Right.
I get to a point, and once I master that, I go, okay, what else can I be doing? And I looked around and I said, well, I write. I know I can write. So I was just, you know, it is like, I know people like say, oh, the law of attraction, but I do believe in it. And it's not like I sit there and go, oh, and I'm like wishful. It's like you start to take the action to make it happen. And because of that positive thinking and just putting it out there, people start talking to you and the opportunities start opening up. And I think also too, you start opening yourself up to see the opportunities, as opposed to like, I wasn't a producer before. So I never like listened to those opportunities. Now I'm like, I want to be a producer. So I start hearing things and like,
Right.
oh, you got this, you got that. Oh, that's cool. Like maybe we can do something together. And the director, Alex Ferrari, he was having some downtime and he called me and he goes, hey, he's like, I got cameras and I got the crew and editing and color correction. You know how to write. You have all your friends. You want to make a movie? And I went, oh my God. I said, yes. So what I did, it was interesting and very unique process for This Is Meg, was I actually reached out to the actors before writing it, because I knew I wanted it to be about characters in my life, people that are like represent different things in Los Angeles. So I wrote, you know, my really close friends, and I was like, if I wrote you a character and it was like this, because this is something you have not played before, would you be interested? And they went, oh my God, yes. And then a couple of them, we riffed ideas on different character development stuff. And then I attacked the script. And when I attacked the script, I took what I learned from Reno 911, and I had so many incredible improvisers on that film that I wrote skeleton scripts for certain scenes. Now, there are some scenes that are fleshed out completely because those people weren't improvisers, but there's something really freeing on set when you can improvise and you're a great improviser. You get better stuff than you would even, you know, repeat from a script. It's just the stuff that's organic that comes out.
The moment that just happens. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, so that's what I did for a lot of the characters. It was a skeleton script, and they saw it. They saw the beats they had to hit. And then we did Curb Your Enthusiasm does that too. And that's why it seems so natural and so much in the moment, because it is. It really is.
But what a scary jump you did from just being a comic to saying, okay, I can't go on the road anymore because I need to go to the next level. And that next level is scary because you don't know what's going to be like.
Right.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, I'm in that process right now. Because of COVID, just shut everything down. But during this COVID time, I need to start thinking of other opportunities when it's time to get back. I can't just do stand-up comedy. So years ago, you were in that position and you just jumped in, dove in, and look at all these wonderful, amazing opportunities that you created on your own because you didn't do stand-up.
Well, thank you. It's a nice perspective to see that, because sometimes when you're in it, you're like, you know, my friends call me like an octopus because I like to do so many things at once and I do them well. And if I don't have all those things, I don't thrive. I need to have lots of stuff going on because it just, I don't know. It just, I like it. I like that feeling of like, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. I don't like that feeling of like, what do I do next?
Right.
So for me, diving into that world, it wasn't too scary at all. Like I was actually really excited about it because I had done some short films that I produced in the past. So it prepped me for it. It wasn't like I was going in completely blind. A feature is a whole nother beast. But I had done, you know, Emma Demas and the Porno Queen with Larry Hankin, which was nominated for an Academy Award that we wrote together and produced. And there was a couple other shorts that I had done that no one had seen, you know, there was more of just like, you know, fun stuff. then so I was ready to attack a feature. And plus I knew that I had Alex that was post. And so I was able to learn a lot in post as well, because I'm not a post person.
Right.
And
That's a whole different person
oh.
and a whole different way of thinking too.
It is. It's so cool because my mind shoots to edit. Like I see it and I know exactly what I'm visualizing in my head as I write it, as we're on set, when we're producing. That's why it's important to always have an incredible director. Like we had Andy Palmer on Witness Infection, and we had interviewed tons of directors. And it was weird because okay, Witness Infection, now you guys know what it is. We had one guy said to us, we should have a strip scene where we're at a strip tease and we're like, did you read the script? Like, it was like, we were like, I don't know where that zombies stripping. I don't really.
Just like it.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I was like, no, not for me.
Didn't that irritate you? Like, just read the script. You got to read the words and find out the story.
It's just ridiculous. And so then Andy Palmer came on, and he's more of a horror director, but when he gets comedy. So it was really important for us because me and Carlos got comedy covered. And because they're our friends, we also knew how to talk to them. And so we trusted Andy as the horror to ground us. Cause we're all, we knew he could bring us down and get that horror feel, because the comedy, we got it. We're fine. We got that timing. And it's beautiful to see the dynamic of the two together. I mean, we've had great reviews because it's in the festival circuit and online.
That's awesome.
It sucks because we would love to be going to like Portland and all these amazing places, but we've been doing them online and winning great awards. And we've had
congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wow.
So, but yeah, people have compared it. They're saying like, if John Hughes made a horror film, this would be it. So
John Hughes made a horror
film.
Right? That's great.
We have a lot of that old school humor in it, and there's heart in this film, and then it's scary. So it's perfect. A really, really fun ride. I can't wait till we lock in a distributor and we can tell you guys where to see it, because
let us know. We'll play it here on Me, Myself, and I.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Very proud of this film. So.
Congratulations. That's so cool though.
Yeah. This one was a lot more money than This Is Meg. That's for sure too. So
you got to have that the blood effects.
Oh my God.
The budget for the blood.
Well, and then we were on location a lot. So, and we had wonderful people like Vitagliano's winery. Gave us for minimal amount their winery. They're friends of ours. And we had this incredible estate, so we had Greg Armstrong, which is, I call him Guzbin. He was our, all our set design, and he donated his home. So we shot a lot of stuff in his home. He has a great house in Temecula. So, and we were actually in Temecula and Lake Elsinore. So it's very authentic feel to it. Nice. There are some people with no teeth, which is wonderful. Much like
keep it authentic. Yeah. Celia, because I don't have teeth. How long did it take you to shoot Witness Infection? Great name, by the way.
We were on a tight schedule with that. I believe we had 18 days. LA decided to rain a lot during that time. And there were a couple times that everybody had to be locked up in their rooms, and we were paying for it. And whoo, that's tough. That's especially when you're indie filmmakers, every penny counts. But it was wonderful. We did this one, and hopefully the next one will be double the budget again. Cause I keep, the budgets keep going up because we're proving ourselves as filmmakers. And I can't wait for this one to come out. This one,
awesome.
All my horror film people, come on out.
Yes, we'll all be there. We'll all be there. That's so cool. I had to bring this up, but you got a chance to be in a movie with Ed Asner in Vino. What was that like?
That's on Amazon Prime too, guys. Like everything's on Amazon Prime. He is awesome.
Well, it's funny. I told my kids that I was going to be working with you, and I said she got a chance to work with Ed Asner. They're like, I was like, Mr. Fredrickson from Up. Like, oh, Mr. Fredrickson. And you got a chance. Oh my God. How much knowledge did he give you on that day, one project?
He's such a professional, and he shows you, like, just by observing, he shows you that the other, am I allowed to curse on here? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
But he shows you that all the other stuff is bullshit. And when it comes to you and the camera's on you, you bring it. And then you go like this afterwards, and you don't think about it. You don't harp on it. You don't, whatever, you stand up for what you believe in. If you think this should be this way, you speak up to the director and you have a conversation with them. So I really enjoyed that, because sometimes as actors, we just hear something we know in our gut, like, oh, I think it would be better if we did it this way.
Right.
But, I who am I anyways? They just hired me. So I don't want to cause waves. And he didn't. He would speak up. And of course, he's Ed Asner. Yes. But at the same time, we can do it in a nice way and get our point across and have a better performance. Because he always watched how he was doing. Like he didn't want to, he knew how to throw scenes too. If he didn't like the way he delivered it, he knew how to throw it, so then the director can't use it. I was like, oh, man.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I don't like this one.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
He would be like, he would love to go, fuck, like it's in the middle of it. And you're like, oh my God, because then he can't use it,
Right. That's smart.
Yeah. So, but he's just a pro, and he shows up, he does his thing. He's nice to everybody. He's not a jerk. He yells obscenities and makes people laugh, and it's just, and he's definitely he's definitely a presence, that's for sure. And I was so, the whole cast of that In Vino, they're stellar people. They're all, a lot of them came from Broadway as well, so got like pros up in there, like they were hardcore pros. I was honored to be part of that cast.
I can imagine. We have a trailer we can play real quick. Okay. I'm just, trailer day. It's awesome.
Trailer day.
So happy for you with all these opportunities that you've created on your own. That's what the best part is.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Remains unknown after an accidental fall during his 80th birthday party just 2 weeks ago today.
I'm the victim of a cheap family murder mystery plot.
You think your family is trying to kill you? Deal with it.
They all want me to die.
I see an idea being born.
Absolutely right.
Dad! Somebody go and call an ambulance, for God's sake!
Could you just let me enjoy the moment a second?
Are you finished playing with the corpse?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
That indescribable taste in the Chateau Lafitte, was it poison?
Poison?
We're getting the hell out of here.
Oh, you better hurry.
Because you only have 54 minutes to live.
You have less than 50 minutes to choose a victim. Who of you deserves to die?
What stops us from cutting your throat?
Let him take the bullshit.
Cheap tramp, eat me. Democrats, alcoholic, kidnapper.
Strange family. It was me who pushed you.
Okay, that's it. I've had it.
Yay!
Oh my God. We have got to see that. I got a playlist and everything to see. Oh my God. You didn't tell me Sean Young was in it.
Sean Young.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
It was really cool. It was really, and that place, the big house that you guys saw, like in the dining and everything, was haunted. It
Really?
was It was so freaky. I felt it immediately. Like, I'm really sensitive to that stuff because I'll go on ghost hunts and everything, like with these pros, and I've learned so much about the paranormal. So I'm there and I'm like, ooh, this doesn't feel right. And I bought Palo Santo sticks to the set, and I was lighting them in the room, the makeup room. And then there's a knock on the door, and it's one of the PAs, and they're like, you can't do that. And I was like, why? And she's like, just don't do it. And I was like, okay. And didn't hear anything of it. Okay. So now we leave this house. All of us got deathly ill to the point where we couldn't breathe. And the whole cast was like horrible. One guy had an asthma attack and had to be rushed away on an ambulance. And he hasn't had an asthma attack since he was 4. All right. So now we're on the next set. And the next set was where like they shot Dumb and Dumber. It was like this beautiful place in Los Angeles that is where like the monks live. So it was really zen. It was like the exact opposite, but we're still sick from the other location. So then we find out that the other location, the reason why I couldn't do the Palo Santo sticks is because they do haunted tours in there, and they didn't want the spirits to go away because they make money with the haunted tours. And apparently in the basement, I guess years ago, there's a giant safe, like a walk-in safe. And there's some burglars that came in, and the owner shut them in and suffocated them. So people that go there suffocate. They feel suffocation. And we were all like, what? We were like, why did you tell us? And they're like,
oh my God.
The things we do to shoot movies.
And you know what? You can't mess with the spiritual world. I don't care how strong. I don't care who you are. You cannot mess with the spiritual world. When someone says, "Oh, something happened, someone died," I'm like, "All right, that's cool. I'll respect that and go the other way." That's what I do. Does anybody have any questions for Jill before we get going? Because Jill, honestly, this has been so much fun.
I had a blast. Thank you.
Matt Robinson says, "What martial arts do you study?"
I love Matt. He's great, Matt. I Taekwondo.
Nice.
So yeah, and it wasn't like Taekwondo at the mall. Like, you know,
yeah.
And they're like, I got a black belt in 6 months. You're like, no.
YMCA, you can buy your black belt in 3 days.
Exactly. I'm like, no, I 8 years with Jucheng Taekwondo. And it was awesome. I still would be doing it today. I'm still an athlete. I still do other things, but I had to stop because I tore my whole meniscus in my right knee. And I'm walking around bone on bone, but I built up the muscles around it, so I'm okay. But they wanted me to have reconstructive surgery, and I did the orthoscopic and took it out. But I just opted to not do reconstructive because that's too much. So until I'm like old and all the stem cell research and everything is like perfect, then I'll get a robot leg.
That'd be pretty cool though.
Right?
Jill robot.
Hello.
That's
Mike,
awesome.
are you going to do any impressions?
You want me to do what impressions should I mean,
I don't know. I miss all your impressions.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Someone just Mike Shin just said, I'm waiting for Mike to start his OnlyFans page.
I love that. Do it.
My OnlyFans page. Actually, you know what's funny? Someone just made me a deep fake video. It's me as Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like my face. Watch, I'll show it to you. It's hilarious.
Is it that thing that everyone's doing, like putting their faces on all these different bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what they did. Fan of the show. Here we go. It's hilarious. I can only wish.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. Well, what impressions can you also? We'll do some impressions right now. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
I'll be Sam Elliott, and you'll be Drew Barrymore.
You want me, Drew? Okay.
Yeah. What movie do you want to do?
What movie?
How about us in Visalia when the lady's yelling at us and you're about to say she's a black belt?
Okay.
So she just finished yelling, then I'll be Sam Elliott standing right here. So he's like, what song was she singing? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's just say what was it? Every rose has its thorn.
sweetheart. God damn, this woman sucks. This woman
I
is
don't know.
terrible.
You shouldn't be mean to her.
No.
Like, seriously, you don't know if she's like practiced all week.
You need to shut up. Whoa there, ma'am. You need to back up. You want me to take care of this?
I have a black belt. And that's kicking your ass.
We just did an impression of a memory here on Me, Myself, and I, ladies and gentlemen.
We did an impression of the memory reenacted with Sam Elliott and Drew Barrymore.
It's an inception of impressions here. Get off my plane. That's
Get off my plane. Get off my
Oh my goodness.
It's just as good as Snakes on a Plane. Remember that one?
Oh, I love that movie. I was drunk on that movie and watched it drunk, and I was very, very happy when I did it because you had to. When
for
it's
sure.
Snakes on a Plane. You're gonna be sober watching that? You can't be sober.
No, I don't like drinking and watching movies. I like getting high and watching movies.
Nice.
It's so much better because the colors are always so much clearer. You're like, wow. If I was drunk,
That's how you learn how to do Drew Barrymore when you're high watching. Wow, that's. Want to do any other impressions? We'll do more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do Sofia Vergara.
Okay.
And then who are you gonna do?
I could be Nick Nolte.
All right, we're talking about the coronavirus. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? No, kids, if you don't wear a mask, then you're going to get the coronavirus, okay? You know, like that. It gets in your mouth and in your lungs, and you have to wear a mask, okay?
Hold on, sweetheart. When you talk about getting stuff in your mouth and your lungs, it reminds me of Barbra Streisand and Prince of Tides. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. You know, do you make a margaritas?
I don't know who Marty Origa is. I don't know that dude. Is he an agent? Can he book me? Where can he find me?
I don't know anything at all. All I know is that I like to wear the mask and wear my heels in a bikini on all my Instagram photos, okay?
It's like the hair too.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. You want to do one more? Or anybody else?
Who do you want to do?
Let me think of my. Well, all my impressions are like Loud and Griff. Like
Loud and Griff.
Macho Man, Randy Savage. So what's the opposite to Macho Man?
Britney Spears.
Okay. So where are we at?
I'm getting ready to go in the ring with you.
Okay, so you're like my Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Macho Man
okay.
and Elizabeth.
Okay, ready?
All right, ready? Listen here, Britney Spears.
Oh yeah.
Now listen here, Britney Spears. You need to listen up because when I go in the ring, you go right after me. You don't go before the Macho Man.
I won't go before the Macho Man because you're amazing and you're so strong, but I'm gonna kick your butt. Oh yeah.
Say that to the enemy. Don't say it to me. You say it to Hulk Hogan. You look at Hulk Hogan in the eyes and you say, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Okay, we're just being silly now.
No, it's awesome. People are liking it. Look at people are loving it. People are loving it. That's awesome. That's so cool. Especially yeah. I think that yes, haha, yeah. See, that's
it's
Britney
always
Spears. It kind of sounds like SpongeBob a little bit.
oh my god, or just a little baby.
Oh baby.
Oh baby.
The baby drowning? Is the baby drowning? Oh my God, Jill, this has been so much fun. Folks, before we go, make sure you follow Jill on jillionline.com, Instagram, everything. We're going to have this link. I'm going to send it to my friends. Thank you so much. And make sure you watch our films on Amazon Prime, okay? This is Meg and Vino. Please let us know when you have witness infection. Please let us know
Definitely.
about that.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks
Oh my God,
everybody.
it's been such a pleasure having you. It's been, I think someone's going to say something else. Okay. I don't want to leave my fans alone. I want to make sure I cover everything. Just want to show because they care about the show. Yes. And then DDMDD. Okay, cool. Thumbs up. You did the. It looks like a Robert De Niro. A little bit. Alrighty. Before we get going, Jill, I always end it like this. We always got to do the salsa. You got to just snap your fingers and just get ready to salsa. You ready to salsa? Sofia.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
You ready to salsa? Let's do this. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jill. Congratulations with everything that you're doing in your career. We're really proud of you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been awesome.
Mikeself and I.